Hello, everybody. It is June 15th, and it's just 4 minutes to 9. Decided to start the stream a little bit early, just so I allow people to get in here, wait a few minutes longer. Hello, to those that are just showing up, good to see you. Only a minute into the stream, you guys are already coming in. Pretty cool. I'll be starting here in about 3 minutes, so if you guys don't mind waiting, turn on some music in the background. Made sure it's working today. And we'll get some water real fast. So as long as you hear the music's going in the background, that means the stream is still going. So I'll be right back. Good morning, good evening, everybody. That's just joining, and we're going to be starting in about 2 minutes. For those of you who are just watching the stream right now, I'll be starting in just a couple minutes. You can see my profit for today. Alright, I think I'm going to go ahead and start. Alright. Hey everybody. Good to see you guys showing up pretty early today. Oh, it just had a trade go in. So I'll talk about that just in a second. Looks like there was a bit of a gap. Oh, there we go. Okay, so I'll talk about that euro pound trade in a second. But I'll go over the trades that I've had since the last video update, which was yesterday in the morning. And you can see the profit for today. So yesterday's trades and today's trades. I've had a really good 2 days. 318 yesterday and 327 today, which is over a percent for each day. Yesterday during my video update, I only had about $100, I think, on trades that I showed at least. So, and I think I was in these two trades by the time I closed out the stream, or not the stream, the video. So these trades had not taken profit yet. This one I showed yesterday. I showed that it was at a really heavy support area in the market. I didn't like buying at that point, But the reason why I did do that is because of this huge push right here with so many pips that I was expecting some kind of pullback at the whole near the whole number at 168. I did get it, and it did bounce a lot more than I thought. So the next two trades that I entered were what I wanted to do was enter on the pullback on the continuation of the trend back down. So the pullback, I caught the pullback. It went further than I thought, looking for a place to enter the market on the downside, and I did enter that there. Now you don't see any kind of setup on the 5-minute chart, but if you scroll down, if you go to the 15-minute chart, you'll see what I'm looking at. The inside candle set up here, the entry on the candle after, make sure the inside candle closes. So the inside candle closed, and I entered there. So I was looking for roughly 150 pips, $50 profit. I didn't quite get it. Literally, I was 5 pips short, maybe even less, and then it bounced back up at that point. So let's go back to the 5-minute chart. Then I entered up here. Now you guys saw me take this position up here. Hold on, somebody's calling me. So you saw me take this position, and I think I said why, but I'll just go over it real quickly again. The wick candles up here, the inside candle here, the reversal candle or bearish candle here with the wick closing below the open of the previous candle. And after that candle happened, I was like, all right, this is probably a good sign. It's probably going to head down from there. And then it started moving down, bounced back up, and then moved down further. I ended up taking profit here at $100. And I decided to cut it a little short. Now, typically I look for 150 pips, or I was going to look for about $150 profit, but took only 101. And closed out my trade there, just because I was in two positions and I was seeing the momentum still on the upside, and decided to close it out a little bit early, and ended up being a good idea. As you can see, basically right where I closed out, it shot back up. So that was a good idea. It was fine because I would have obviously, if it moved up further, I would have been able to still get out of the position in this area up here. But you see that I took another position, this one, and this one is a little bit different than the others. There is no inside candle setup. There is no on the 15-minute, on the 30-minute. This was a level play. This was a whole number. 169 was what I was looking at. So this was a whole number play. Again, I'm looking to sell the pound right now because of the pressure that it's getting from all the Brexit, the election. Everything is uncertain. So I'm more accepting to taking short positions on any of the pound pairs. That's any of them. Pound Japanese yen, the pound CAD, the pound Australian dollar. I wouldn't be buying any pound right now. It doesn't matter how low it's gone. It's just not a good time to do it. So that's why I've been looking for short opportunities to trade the market. Um, and that's why I took the one at the whole number, thinking that that would be a really good place for traders to look for a bounce back onto the short side. So I had my good old trading software, the trade agent. So some of you actually have purchased this software from watching my video, which I'm glad that you did. I didn't get any commission. I'm not affiliated. So you bought it on your own terms. And I did turn on the uh, sorry, I keep getting calls. Um, the well, I'm having trouble remembering. The grid. I turned on the grid, and that's what you see here on the 5-minute chart. So it was a 20 pip grid. So order 1, order 2 was entered 20 pips by the trade agent, especially the top order. So this was entered by me manually at the whole number, and then the trade agent entered on the second position 20 pips later. And there's a reason why I turned on the 20 pip grid for the trade agent. I was thinking that, okay, so we're at the whole number, and I said this yesterday to you guys, that if we go down 20 pips or to 30 pips below the whole number, and we go 20 pips above the whole number, usually there's going to be a bit of up and down in that area, volatility, unsure market, not trying to figure out if it wants to break through or if it wants to shoot back down. And so that's why I decided to enter on 20 pips later, because I knew it could shoot up a little bit, but the chances of it falling back down were pretty good. As you see, that was the case. Now I ended up closing both trades out at $117 profit at this point. So the 20 pip grid worked out very well right at the whole number. So it went to about 20 pips above and then shot back down. All right, and then at this point, you can see that there's another order in here. This order was entered on the 30-minute. This was an algorithm trade with an inside candle setup. Inside candle. So you can see the bullish candle here. You can see the bearish candle right after, and that's inside. And this is a really, 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 really good setup because, and not just because it's an inside candle setup, but you look at the wicks. The first wick on the bullish candle, there's a lot of space there. Second wick inside and also bearish. Just a really fantastic setup. A plus, really likely going to go in your favor at that point. Okay, and then that shot down. Now you can actually see where that took profit, and I was shooting for a little bit more on this particular trade. So entry here, a little arrow pointing to it, and then take profit right here. Again, maybe a little bit of luck, and maybe a little bit of skill, knowing where to take profit here. But honestly, I'm not going to take credit for this. It was a guess. I guessed how far this would probably go down, thinking that this is a good place for support. It would potentially bounce anywhere in that area, 20 pips or 30 pips above or below. So I took the profit here. Ended up being how many pips? It was about 75 pips or so. 75 pips, which gave me $172 profit. Okay, the $172 profit was took a while, but it was overnight. Closed out basically right when I woke up this morning. All right, so we're back down to the 5-minute chart. Another trade. This was on the. Let me scroll out here. This one was on the 5-minute chart. Really happy with this position because, and I'm going to explain to you why my thinking behind this, why it moved up, and why I took this position right up here. So this moved down, took the profit from the algorithm trade. This shot up, shot back down, and then shot up again. This move was because of the bank rate news, which I'm going to try to see if I can show you now. Okay, so the news that came out today was the official bank rate votes and monetary statement, and also the official bank rate. So you can see that it stayed the same, right? And that's to be expected. It was expected to stay the same at a 0.25%. But this is what caused the jump, is the votes to increase the rate, but they kept it the same. I think I think this was a form of manipulation right here, on the UK's part, to try to get some push up on the pound. That you'll see that happen in the market quite sometimes, where there'll be some forms of manipulation to shoot the price up and then to shoot it back down. I think that's what kind of happened because of the votes. There was over 150 pip move. It seems pretty ridiculous. Um, so with that in mind, thinking that the rate's the same, the votes are not unanimous for keeping the rate the same, um, and the idea that there could be some manipulation going on, and there's still a lot of pressure on the pound. This to me was a very temporary push up, and so at this point, at the peak, once it moved up at the peak, I'm already looking for short opportunities up there. And so once I start seeing this, uh, the wicks of these candles, in particular this candle right here, when I saw that candle, I wanted to wait it out to see how the other candles look after that. I see this candle with another wick on the top, and then the candle I took the entry on was the inside candle right here. that was my entry, and I entered on the opening of the next candle, and it shot down from there. It hit down, it went down a little bit, went back up, and this candle was a confirmation that this resistance up here may hold, and it did end up pushing back down. Again, I wanted to take about $154 profit. 155 is what I was aiming for. That transferred out to be about 33, 35 pips. All right. So that's how things have been going over the last couple days. Really good last couple days. Almost $950 profit so far this week. I still have the rest of today and tomorrow. I don't think I'm going to have a ton more positions or opportunities to take, but I have had a lot this week and things have gone very well. All right, so we have a question. I noticed you looked down the link to purchase your EA. Is it still available? I noticed you looked down the link to purchase your EA. Uh, I my EA is custom made. This is not an EA that I purchased. Swine. This is swine flu. The EA that I have created is custom made. It uses custom indicators that I found. That the money management is all custom. Everything has not been taken from any other EA. Um, I've had over 100 EAs made in the last 3 years, and I don't trust any retail EA. The only EA that I could maybe find a little, I trust a little bit is the Happy Forex 2.2 EA, and this is a retail EA, and this is something I recommend for you guys to check out. The trades can take a while to close out in profit though. It's maybe not the most profitable of EAs when it comes to how much percent per month, but it's still a very good EA and it's very consistent. But I don't know what the strategy. I don't know the strategy behind it, which makes me uneasy about using it. Um, and I haven't been able to figure it out, and the creator won't tell me the strategy behind the EA. So I can only recommend it so much. Now my EA is a little bit different. So this is the settings that I use. And for those of you that are watching right now, guys, I'm going to show you today. This is a special stream. I should have said this in the very beginning. I'm going to show you today how to trade like my EA using the trade agent, trader agent software. So the trader agent software is $100 that you can buy, and it gives you a lot of power and tools in your manual trading. Now you guys know I use a grid on my algorithm, and this trader agent allows you to use a grid, so you can actually trade my EA just using this software, and you'll be profitable. This is what I'm going to show you how to use today. This is the strategy I'm going to show you how to use using the trader agent software, and this is over a 10-year period. And I'm going to show you settings. I'm going to show you how to profit from the trader agent, and you're going to have a strategy that you can keep and you can work with. You can make some changes to. Maybe this isn't the best of the settings that are out there, but they're the best that I have found, and I've done thousands of hours of testing on this EA over the last year or so. I'm on my fifth or sixth version of it. So I know that you guys are going to really want me to get into that. Let me see if that's what I want to do next. I should probably answer some questions first, and then get into how to trade this system. I know that a lot of you guys want to have it easy. You want to find a system that's already pre-made, that's a winning system, and I'm going to finally give that to you. Um, and as long as you have this software purchased, so the trader agent, and it's not expensive and it's really good. Like I've showed you guys how to. Um, oh, this account has been suspended. Oh, that is really weird. LMFX. Let's see if it even works for me. I'm gonna have to try to get that worked out. I wonder if it's because I have um, recently purchased, but I'll see what's going on, guys. With that, their system probably locked me out for some random reason. Anyway, so yeah, go to icefx.eu, purchase to Trader Agent, and it's only $100. It's really useful. You can back test with it as well in the strategy tester by entering trades, profit and losses. It's amazing. It's really amazing software. Okay, so let's get into the questions for today, and I'll get that worked out when why I'm banned. Um, but let me see if I can pull these up. So be patient with me, and then we'll get into how to trade the software later on, or how to trade my system. Okay, so this is a video that I've had that I posted yesterday, and I had a couple questions. So the first one is, hey, I got to mention pending orders are great. Use the toolbar to display 3 lines, move them where you want, hold the control key, and click buy and sell in pending orders, limit pending. So yes, thank you, Harley, for this advice. You can also go on the website IceFX under the Trader Agent software, and you can watch the videos there, and it shows you how to place pending orders. So very helpful. For Thomas R. Miller, hey Ryan, great job. Is 30 pips too much to ask for? Question mark. Why not 20 or 25 instead? Do you have any expert advisors based on support and resistance lines to guide the direction of the EA, or what is the good EA for this? The EA market seems to be full of trash. Thanks. Yes. So a couple of questions in this message here. 30 pips is it depends on your system what you're looking for. I typically look for anywhere from 25 to 50 pips, usually not more than 50. In this case today, I did take 75 pips, but that's more rare for me to do that. Just remember that the more pips that you are taking from the market, the harder it is to achieve. So like for example, 5 pips is easier to take than 6, right? So with that in mind, usually a smaller take profit is a safer, wiser thing to do, um, and make sure that your stop loss isn't too wide, but you need to give your trade some room to get those pips that you're looking for. So do you have any expert advisors based on support and resistance lines? That's a really hard thing to find in the retail space. Um, I don't know if the Happy EA does that very much, since I can't tell how it works, wherever the Happy EA is. I had it here a second ago. Here it is. I don't know if it runs on support resistance. I know it uses at least one indicator. But there are very few EAs out there that use support resistance, because it's not the most accurate of ways to trade. You kind of need more confirmations to utilize the support resistance um, in the market, really. I do have one EA that uses a support resistance indicator, and it's pretty dang good, but it does need additional indicators for confirmation. Okay, let's see, and then that's the last part of this. Um, what is a good EA for this? Well, like I mentioned before, Happy EA is a really good EA EA to purchase. I think it's only like 100 or two, maybe it's $250, but you get a lot of EAs in a package. It's pretty nice. My EA is not for sale. I'm sorry, guys. I don't plan on selling it. I know that a lot of you have been asking about that. Um, I don't plan on selling it. And if you want a piece to create your own EA of the way I trade, you can do that yourself. I've already showed you how to do that. I've showed you guys how to do quite a bit of things, so hopefully that's helpful. Um, the EA market seems to be full of trash. Yes, it is, because they make more money off of selling you the EA typically than they do from using the EA themselves. And that is a fact. It's very rare to find a really good EA out there. Somebody finds an EA that is profitable for a couple of months, turns $100 into $1,000, and they're thinking, oh, well, if I just show that period of time, I can get a sale out of that. It's just not fair. I don't think it's an honest thing to do either. All right, so let's get into it then. We're about 25 minutes. I want to spend the rest of the time talking about and showing you how to trade my system that you see in the backtest here. So this is on the pound CAD. So I'm going to show you this pair, and by using the trader agent software, and I already have it started here. And there's some things I can sometimes I can enter a little late on the trades, just because of the nature of doing this test with the software. And then lastly, before I go, I'll let you know about the euro pound trade that went in just recently. It's probably gonna take a while for that to take profit. All right, so let's get this going. I don't think I can go very far back on this broker, but we'll see. I don't need a lot of time. So, all right. So this is how I'm going to pause it for now. So this is the trader agent software. Um, and oh yeah. So for those of you that are just joining in now, I'm showing you how to trade my system right here, right now, using the trader agent uh, management software that you can purchase for $100. So you can see all the options here, and we have it on a 30-minute time frame. So we're going to change it to candles. We're also going to I think it's Control G. Yep, remove the grid. I'm going to load up my template. Oh, well, shoot, that didn't work. Okay, so I'm going to have to do that again because it won't allow me to load up my template. But I can remove the grid. All right, so what we're going to do here is we're going to load up the RMI since my EA uses the RMI. And we're going to start with the settings of 30 and 70. 30 and 70 are basically when 70 is hit, or the EMA goes above 70. That means that we're going to be looking for only short positions, and if it goes below the 30, we're only going to be looking for long positions. So it's kind of like a stochastic or RSI type of indicator. So we're going to go ahead and press start. Now you can see that it's coming from March 24th, so we're not going back that far back. And oh, it's kind of blocking it out. So what we're looking for is inside candles when the market is above 70. So like right here, since the EMA on the RMI is above the 70, we're only looking for short positions at this point, right? So we're looking for an inside candle setup to complement our filter here on the RMI. All right, so we're gonna go ahead, and I don't know, hold on, let me see if I can pull this down a little bit. Okay, so we haven't had any inside candle setups yet. I should probably slow this down a little bit. Now be patient with me, guys, with this, because this is how the tester works, and it does take some time to get used to. Okay, so since I can't be exact with my entries, you can see right here, this is an inside candle. This candle right here is an inside candle. So we're going to zoom in, and we're going to make sure that it meets the criteria. And we can see that it does because it's above the 70, the RMI, and we have an inside candle. So this is a good place to enter a trade. So we're going to slow down this tester, and we're going to enter, oh, shoot. I don't like to do 60. That's a little bit too much risk, but we're going to use it anyway. And we're going to sell. Okay, so there we go. So we hit profit off of that. So I entered a little bit late. The entry was supposed to be right here on this candle, and entered a little bit late, but still you'll see that it will likely come down even further. And I forgot to do one thing, and I'll wait till the next order to do this, but you need to turn the grid on for 20 pips, and I'll show you how to do that on next order. Let's speed this up a little bit. Okay, so now you can see where the RMI is. It's in the middle, so we have no trades right now, no trade, until it goes above or below the 70 or 30. Okay, so now it's above. So now at this point, we're going to be starting to look for inside candles. Okay, so we didn't get it. So we're going to continue to speed this back up. Okay, so now it's just about to hit the 30. Because now it's below the 30. Now we're going to be looking for inside candles on the long side. Oh, that might be close. Nope. So you can see what I'm doing with the visual mode. I'm slowing down and speeding up the speed of the test because it shows how fast the candles, I guess, complete. So no, nothing yet. I'm trying to pause it fast enough. This is what you're going to have to do if you want to test out your strategy. You have to do your due diligence. Oh, there we go. Okay, we have an inside candle. Start this up. All right, so what we're going to do now is you can see the order on the left side, and we're going to pull this down just a little bit. Turn the grid on. Okay, so now I'm on a 20 pip grid. So that means that if the trade goes against me uh, by 20 pips, then another position will enter in. But since this is a 30-minute time frame, you'll see that a lot of the trades are pretty accurate. We won't have a ton of them, but we'll see what happens. Let's speed this up a little bit. And since the trade is being managed by the trader agent software, I don't really have to do much. I just have to wait for it to do its thing. All right, there we go. So I entered 3 positions. And so you can see this is what you'd be doing live. This is what you'd be doing live. So you had your first trade. You saw the order on the left side. You had it set it for a 20 pip grid, and then you can walk away. That's it. So it's almost like an EA, but you do have to be present for the setups. So think about this: is if you're using the 30-minute time frame on the pound CAD, that means that you should set your alarm on your phone during the day that you're trading. If it's like 5 hours during the day, then set your alarm 5 minutes before every 30 minutes. So the 25. So for example, if you're starting your trading at 6 a.m. In the morning, then you should look at trades at 6:25. Is there an opportunity coming at 6:30? And then you should set your alarm again for 6:55 to see if there's any more opportunities. So you want to give yourself a little bit of time for a setup, um, so you can get everything set up before the trade happens. So we'll continue. Actually, I'm going to answer some questions real fast. So sorry, in the video you had a link to one of your EAs that was located on eBay. Oh, that was a while ago, swine flu. Yeah, I did have a period there where I was selling my EA. I sold to about 3 different people. They're all very happy right now. But I decided to take it off the market. It's too valuable. It's too valuable of a piece of software. I was I was offered thousands from bank traders to purchase my software. I realized that I was listing it for way too cheap. But I'm showing you guys, for those of you that are watching my videos that have been so supportive of what I offer, I'm showing you how to do that right now with this manual trading software right now. Your channel is so irritating. The detail you go into is invaluable. I get the same message on the website. Weird. Oh, your channel. I'm not irritating. That's a. I just read that wrong. Sorry. Your channel is so underrated. The detail you go into is invaluable. Thank you. Yeah, it's. I used to do streams for forexsignals.com. Some of these guys know here that I did that. Um, and I had an unfortunate loss. It was a mistake. I uh, left one of my EAs on during the election and lost a good portion of my account, and decided that the stress from trading in public was hurting me. I couldn't deal with it at the time. I think I'm much better at dealing with it now. As you can see, I'm still been profiting, and I've been documenting my performance since I started this account almost a month ago now. So I feel like I'm pretty solidified. Yeah, I've watched all your videos. Cool. Andy May it's not just you. I can't get on there. Uh, so what are you guys talking about? I get the same message on the website. Okay, so that means that they might be having a problem. ISFX website might be having an issue right now. So I'll try again. Actually, I'll just give it a try right now and see. Okay, so it's still down. All right, so we'll get back into trading my system. And let me. Okay, so what we're watching for is okay, real fast. Let's see. It's the March 29th. So I'm going to stop the test real fast, and I'm going to remember the date. March 29th. I'm going to start it up from that date. Now, there's a couple things I need to show you guys in the Trader Agent software. So the settings that I'm using, for example. So we're going to change this to 0.3 because that's what we should be using with the settings. Is 0.3%, 0.3 lots for our account size, which is 30,000. And right now I have zero stop loss, although I'm going to change that to what I have in my EA, which is 500. That seems a little high, but I actually have it set at 500 because that gives my trades enough space and room to take profit the way they need to. But once 500 pips is hit on each position, each of the worst positions will start closing one at a time, and that's how you'll see in the performance here. That's when we have these areas of losses. Is because that 500 pip stop loss is being hit. Right? So that's the thing that you have to be aware of, is that sometimes you can have losing trades. Now they're usually made up over time in a fairly quick way, but that is the magic, is the 500 pip stop loss. It gives me so much room to make my bad trades better when I do have them. All right, you can do trailing stop, but I have that at 0. I like a standard take profit amount. You can either do a pip amount. I think you can set this as where'd it go? Oh yes, a take profit of 50 pips. Or what I like to do here is set it to a percent amount. So I have it set at 0.5%, which should be about what I'm looking for, about roughly 50 pips with 0.3 lots on a $30,000 account. All right. That's pretty much all you had to look for. Also, the grid step. So the grid step is 20. The auto close all profit percent at 0.5. For 30,000 for me, it's a 0.3 lots, and then the 500 pip stop loss. That's all you got to do. That's it. So let's go ahead and start up the software again, and I'm going to make sure that my spread is where it should be. My spread is 5.4 5.4 pips at my broker. So I'm going to set that to 54. That means it's 5.4. And I'm going to start where we left off. Okay, so right now I need to turn off the grid so you can see better. And we're going to load up the RMI again. Okay, the RMI is already below, so we're already looking for long positions at this point. Long positions down here. And we'll go ahead and start the test again. So we're looking for an inside candle. All right, so this is, it just shot back down again, right? So this is after a big pushing candle like this. A lot of times you'll see an inside candle right after that, and that would be a great opportunity. So I'm going to continue to go press the start. Okay, okay. Is that an inside candle? Yes, it is. So I'm going to slow this down so I can slow the speed of the candles down so I can make sure and enter this at a decent time. So that is our first order. We're going to turn on the grid. Doesn't look like we're going to need to, actually, but I'm going to do it anyways. Grid on. Okay. Oh, it just did the hedge. Dang it. I'm going to have to close the hedge out. Actually, you know what I'm going to do is this. Okay, so I just closed the hedge out for small loss, but that's okay. It was a mistake. So we're waiting for the grid, which we have on now. Okay, guys, I'm back. We had a little problem there with the stream. I guess I lost connection there for a second. I apologize. All right, so we're back. I paused the trades, and you can see that it's just about to take profit at this point. We're at 10 pips profit, And you can see that right now. Let me zoom in. We have 3 trades in. So 1, 2, 3. The grid is active at 20 pips, and we're gonna continue. Okay, so it just closed out in profit. So $157 profit. So we're gonna wait for the next setup. All right. Okay, so we're just about to go down past the 30 again. We're gonna start looking for inside candle setups. All right, this might be one. Yep. So we have another one. So we're below the 30. We have a bullish inside candle. And we're going to go ahead and slow this down a little bit. Press play. Buy. Enter on the grid at 20 pips. And then speed this back up. And let it ride. Okay, so you can see that down here, it's kind of lagging a little bit. The candles have gotten really small. There's not a lot of volatility at this point. But it does also means that we do have a little bit of support here. We'll see if it holds. All right, we got a second order that just went in. All right, now let me pause that. Shoot. Okay, so second order was at a pretty good level. It did bounce a bit farther down, but then it shot right back up. We ended up coming out with $170 profit. So since I have this at a 0.5% profit, let's see how many pips we're actually taking. It looks like we're pretty close. It's about 45 to 50 pips for the 0.5%. I'm getting called again. I'm sorry, guys. um, okay. I'm probably gonna have to end before long. I think somebody's trying to reach me. So let's continue for a little bit longer. All right. So looks like we're heading to the 70 level. Back down. Keep an eye on it. Hold on a second, guys. I gotta respond to this. Okay. And so let's continue this out. Speed it up a bit. All right. So this you'll be. Also, I don't think this is a bullish candle as well. It needs to be bullish. So an inside candle setup looks like this. It has to be for example, if you're looking for long positions, it needs to be a bearish candle followed by a bullish inside candle. And if you want a short, if you're looking for short positions, an inside candle setup needs to be a bullish candle, which this is not quite one, and then followed by a bearish inside candle. So just to clarify that, so you're not confused, and that you're looking for the right type of trade setup. Okay. Oh, shoot. Dang it. I'm gonna enter it a little late on this trade, but this is actually a position. Um, inside candle, bullish candle, huge wick too. So this is probably gonna be a good position. And then we're expecting it to go down. So, and it's above the 70. So this will be the last trade I showed for today. And then we'll go ahead and continue to play, and we'll enter this short position. That's a little late. That's okay. We're gonna make sure we have this on the grid and see what happens. So we'll speed it up now. Okay, another $172 profit. So guys, this is my system. This is my EA. I just showed you how to do that, and I might show it again, but I want you guys to work for it. I want you to think about it. I want you to watch this portion of my stream multiple times so you get an idea of what you're looking for. This strategy is the best thing you will come across. I don't know. Maybe I'm patting myself on the back too much. But even on Baby Pips, Forex Factory, the reason why I say it's better than the rest of them is maybe it doesn't make 100% per month, but what it does do is it makes a consistent amount every single month over a 10-year period of time on this pair. And I mean, look at the percentage. Just this is just one test of what you can get with just a measly 25% drawdown. You can get thousands. You can turn even a smaller account into a large account with a consistent system like this. All you need to do is go to well, once their site is working, I'm going to try it again. isfx.eu. Once the site is working again, I don't know why it was suspended. Once it's working again, buy that trader agent software so you can use my strategy. Or you can just always create an EA that that does this as well, but it's going to be more likely probably more expensive for you to get all the right coding into it, finding the right coder. This way you can actually just take the trades yourself and then go from there. So we'll continue here. Uh, I think you guys are liking what I'm showing you here. It's probably because I'm showing you a profitable system, um, and it's for free because nobody shows you how a profitable system unless they pay for it. But why is that the case? Why am I doing this? Because I don't have any reason to sell a system or a strategy to you because I'm making a good amount every single day from my trades. $318 yesterday, 327, a $946 week. It's just I don't need that right now. So that's why I'm showing you. And I think that a lot of you guys have been really nice, been really complimentary, that you deserve something like this in your daily trading arsenal. So the thing is that unfortunately, a lot of you guys are not going to know how are not going to use this right. They're not going to use it correctly. I've over the course of ever since I started streaming again, it's been like a few months now. Uh, there's only been one person that I know of that's actually taken what I've been saying and implemented it into his own EA, pretty much. A lot of you guys just don't utilize the information correctly, which is unfortunate. So that's why I'm trying to help you here, is to show you how everything works, because a lot of times setups look so different. Every setup is slightly different, even though it's an inside candle setup here. It's still the candles look different. I mean, this candle is a bullish candle, but it still is. It has a weird wick, and this is an inside candle. Also looks different, but it's still there. Um, so let's continue this. I'll answer some questions here in a second, guys. All right, not quite an inside candle setup. You can see that the peak is too high. It's higher than the previous candle. So we continue. Oh, okay, that is an inside candle right there. Okay, so even though this inside candle doesn't look great because it has a big wick on it, right? It's different looking, like I was saying. It doesn't mean that you should be scared of it, because of the wick here. It's still an inside candle. It's still bearish. It's still inside the previous candle. And well, we didn't quite reach the 70 level here. So we're actually going to pass on this candle or on this setup because it didn't meet our criteria. And you shouldn't kick yourself because this is a very likely situation where it will push down, but we're not going to take the position because it didn't meet our filter. So we're going to push up, and don't be tempted to take it just because it's that close. I just say stick to your rules and then move on to other opportunities. Okay, so that is probably, this could be a setup though. Even though this didn't make this inside candle, or this bullish candle didn't break the previous one, it still was very close, and we did have an inside candle right after. I'm actually going to go ahead and take this position. We'll see how it works out. It's maybe not the cleanest of setups, but I'm going to go ahead and take it anyway and see how this works out. All right, speed it back up since the grid is turned on. And this will be the last one I do today. Okay, so $156. So you can see that almost all of the positions haven't gone more than 3 trades that I've showed you so far. Um, and this one, maybe not the cleanest of setups. I even entered really late too, but it did shoot back up and shot back down. And if you look again, this would have been a really good setup. This was another good candle, bullish candle followed by bearish inside, and then it came out with profit. All right, so there's the system. I may go over it one more time, potentially tomorrow, just in case you guys want to see. I'll do what I just did today. This is a super accurate system strategy on the 30-minute time frame on the pound Canadian dollar. Um, and it will give you profit if you trade it the way I'm showing you now. With these settings, it will give you profit, and you'll be a happy trader. And if you use the correct risk, I'm using zero point 0.3 lots for every 30,000. So that means that if you have 1,000, you should be using 0.01 lots, and you should make anywhere from 3 to 5% per month, just trading on this pair by itself. I also trade the euro pound and use those two pairs to complement each other using this strategy. That's something that I won't go over because there are some things that I want to keep to myself. But I'm still showing you the brunt of the system, the tools, how to use it, even most of the settings as well. So I'm hoping that you can utilize this and start profiting, because once you start using this system and once you see a profitable system, it gets the wheels start turning in your head, and you'll come up with more ideas, other ideas of how to take profit from the market in a less risky way. So you just need something that works in order to start you thinking in a way that will give you a consistent edge. Okay, so there's a couple more questions that came in. I'm going to study inside candles today now. You've used the I-bands indicator before as well. What is the significance of I-bands in your trading? Great. Yeah, let me show you that right now. I've talked about the I-bands a little bit. It's very similar um, to the RSI. I actually have all of my EAs, including the RMI EAs, the one that I just showed you. Also, I have made in the I-bands price as well. The I-bands is based more on the Bollinger Bands, um, and the RMI is based more on like a stochastic type of movement. Um, uh, Market liquidity. And the I bands is a little bit different. It's based on the Bollinger Bands. Also, I guess price based, but it looks for more extreme conditions than the RMI does. It's very valuable. I've heard some traders that have been using it have had success just using the I bands and the RMI indicator by themselves. Two of the best indicators I've come across. Because I feel like they work with trend systems as well. So let's a little bit let's a little bit trend indicator. I think I can have one just so you can have an idea. All right, so you can see here. Oh, Swine. Oh, thank you so much for the donation, man. You're the first. That's the first donation I've ever received in my streams. So that's really cool that you did that. Thanks so much. Um, so this is the yellow means that we're actually, yeah, hold on, let me see if I can get this. Okay, so the yellow means that it's trending down, and the green means it's trending up. Uh, and this is just a SAR forex indicator. It's based on the parabolic SAR, and we're looking for pullbacks in the market. So that's what the I bands and the RMI are for. So if you want to take trades with the trend, you want to enter when the I bands hits close to the one level, and or when the RMI is above the 70, and then take a short position, because you want to take trades with the trend in an overbought situation. So therefore, you have the chance of not having a lot of drawdown. So you don't want to enter a trend uh, right here, because we don't know if the trend is done at this point. because yes, the RSI is already at an oversold position, and it could easily shoot back up from there. Yeah, it didn't in this situation, but it's much better to enter when the I bands pushes up, and we maybe enter a trade here at this point when it's already had a pullback and it looks like it's wanting to continue its trend down. So that's why the I bands can be really valuable in trend trading as well. And it can be used with a MACD as well. Any kind of good, solid type of trend indicator. Both these indicators can complement. And it's honestly, I don't think you need any more. You don't need any more than these two indicators. So let's show you, for example, let's use the I bands and load up a MACD. And because MACD is, everybody has a has a MACD. So let's just do the standard MACD. And you can see where a good places in the market to enter would be. Let's see if we can find one here. Okay, so you see that where the MACD changes position, you can see where it crosses and it starts going down. Um, so that actually filtered out you buying here because now the MACD is on the downside, and so you wouldn't enter a trade right here looking for the upside because it's already filtered out. I haven't used this combination before, MACD and the I bands. It's just something that I'm looking at right now and seeing what could be a good position. All right, so let's look at here. We are really close to the zero level, and it's also really close to switching back down. That's kind of what we want. We want the market to be at a point, a turning point, where it could actually continue back down, but there's also a really likely likely that it will push back up from there, because we're showing a lot of indications that that could happen. We're seeing that the MACD is still above the zero level. The I bands is hit a place in the market where it could bounce back up, which it did, and you can use it like that. So you can use this indicator in a trending way. You can use it in a counter trend type of way as well. It all depends on what your system, what you're looking for in the market. But I also showed you that you don't even need them. You can just use the trader agent and use the RMI and um, use a grid, the right risk, and you'll make 3 to 5% per month on a consistent basis almost every single freaking month. Um, and I hope that you guys enjoy that because and that it makes sense. It may not make sense to you at first, but if you continue to keep trying to learn how to use this information, it can be really valuable to you. Now, just because my RMI EA has worked very well over the last many years, since 2007, doesn't mean it will continue to work. Maybe in the future I'll have bigger periods of losses. These are the loss periods. More losses, and maybe they'll be wider, and maybe this type of system won't work anymore. But what else do we have to go on? We have what's worked in the past is all we have to do is the only guidance that we have of what may work in the future. Um, and that's how everybody develops their system. What has worked in the past may not work in the future, but it's all we have. And so we have to constantly be trying to uh, work with the market because it does change. It changes on a daily basis. And so we have to find a system, find a money management, find a risk management where our system can ride with any kind of market behavior um, and the changing patterns that it gives as well. Um, and so this kind of system on this time frame can do just that. Um, you won't get all the positions because you won't be awake for all of them, but you should be able to catch a good portion of them to give you a decent profit per month. But be careful because you guys can easily ruin this system by using too much risk. You know how I say you need to use zero point 0.3 lots for every no, sorry, zero point 0.01 lots. Zero. Ugh, my pen's not working. So 0.01. Oh my gosh, I can't write. So let's do this. Let's do this better. 0.01 for every 1,000 in your account. Okay, so That's what you wanted to use. If you use more than that, I don't recommend it. And the reason why is because I'm taking my recommended risk on my strategy based on a 10-year period. So the worst time was 25.228%. It was likely in this area right here. And so I'm basing my settings off of the worst possible time in a 10-year history. Why am I doing that? It's because it's safer to do that. I'm not going to base it off of the last 5 years, although that I could be totally fine. But what if that bad period of 25% happens again? And what if it gets worse than that? Then I have extra additional margin. I've got and to work with just in case things get worse than that. So I'm basically making creating my system based on the lowest denominator. All right. So thanks again, Swine Flu 813 for the donation. Um, and I might not actually be saying that in the future, but I still want to try to keep this a free type of um, stream. I don't want you to make you feel like you have to, give me a donation or something like that. But it's always helpful to see something in response. All right, I looked for the RMI on MQL5, but the only one I could find was for MT5. You have to Google it, Fiddy. Fiddy, okay, I found it on FF. Okay, yeah, you'll be able to find these indicators. The I-bands is also on MQL5. You can find it there. I believe it's not hard to find if you just search. So yeah, guys. I think that's pretty much what I wanted to cover today. I wanted to go over one more thing, which was my current trade that I'm in. And this is an algorithm trade. And so we'll go over this in just the stuff that we were just talking about right now. This is the other pair that I trade, and this is the one I trade on the 1 hour time frame. And we have an inside candle set up here. So the big bearish candle here, and then the inside bullish candle here, and then the entry right after that. So this candle, I mean, the price could easily shoot up from here after such a big push down, but we'll have to wait and see. Um, I'm looking for 50 pips on this particular position. So yeah, it's about 88, so about the whole number at 0.88041, and I will enter on a 20 pip grid. So same thing. So we'll enter if the market continues to go down against us, looking for that pullback to happen, and if trades go in on the pound CAD at the same time, if I have algorithm trades that go in the same time, then these two pairs will complement each other. All right. Any other questions before I go, guys? I may do a stream tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see how I'm feeling. Um, and if not, then I will do one on likely on Monday or Tuesday. But if there's any more questions, I think I'm going to sign off. I hope this was a valuable stream for you guys. If you have any questions regarding my system and trader agent, let me know. I can try to help you out. But let's make some profit. I'm hoping that this is the time that things change for a lot of you guys that are in here or that are watching this. This should be a time and place where your trading turns around, like mine has. Mine has in the last 3 years. It's because I've been working on strategies like this for such a long time. And unfortunately, I don't feel like a lot of people come across the opportunity because they're just not taught how to think like that. You need to think different. You need to think in a different way trading the forex market because this market is so big, it's so fast, it's hard to read, it's tricky that you can't think in the standard way. Otherwise, you won't make it. You'll get squashed. All right. Enjoy the rest of your day. I will. Yep. No problem. Thanks for the excellent stream. No problem, Andy. Let me know what you guys do. Like if you buy the Trader Agent software, if you're using the strategy that I just showed you today, let me know how it goes. And I hope it goes well. So, yep. Thumbs up. Thumbs up, Fitty. All right, guys. Have a great rest of the day, and I'll see you later.